Hello and welcome to my channel, Berryjuicysweet Dishes. And if this is your first time, please hit that like button and also hit that bell right beside. And to all my returning viewers, welcome back. And to everyone, all positive vibes. Well, today I will be making some crispy buttermilk fried chicken. Let me show you how. Let's begin. So I have about 10 pounds of thinly sliced chicken breast. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my chicken and get it ready for marinade. So I'm gonna use about 2 cups of buttermilk. Next, I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Next, I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of the Sazón tropical seasoning. Next, I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Next, I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon of the smoked paprika. Ooh, too much. All right. Then I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of the cayenne pepper. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. Next, I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up really well. Okay, so once my mixture is blended up well, I'm going to begin to add my chicken pieces in here. All right, so once I got my mixture ready, I'm going to take that chicken and I'm going to take these breasts, thinly sliced breasts that I've already cleaned. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that they're good and soaked in that mixture. I want to make sure every piece goes down in that mixture. So once I've added all my chicken, making sure that it is well saturated, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up with some saran wrap, and then I'm going to set it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours or either overnight for best results. So therefore it can get a good marinade to the chicken. All right, so we got our chicken ready to be wrapped. Let's wrap it pretty good. So the longer the chicken marinates in the buttermilk, the more flavorful it will become. So for better results, it's best to let it set overnight. I'm going to put an extra piece right across. All right. Okay, now that we have our chicken wrapped, so we're going to let this sit overnight for the maximum flavor. So I'm going to use 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So now that our chicken has set overnight in the buttermilk, what we're going to do is go ahead and get our base ready for coating. Then I'm going to use a half a cup of cornstarch. Then I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Then I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of some smoked paprika. Then I'm going to use 1 teaspoon, a half a teaspoon, I'm sorry, of cayenne pepper. cayenne pepper. Give it a little kick. And then I'm going to also use a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to also use a half a teaspoon of salt. So now I'm going to give this a stir. Mix it up. Okay, so once I blended up everything well, I'm going to go ahead and bring my chicken out. I'm going to also go ahead and preheat my oil up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. So now what I'm going to do is take those pieces of chicken that's been marinating overnight and my buttermilk. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I don't have anything that's dripping off my chicken before I coat it up well on both sides. I'm going to batter both sides, making sure that everything is well coated before I drop it in my oil. And so I'm going to repeat every piece until each pieces of the chicken is cooked. All right, so this looks like it's should be ready to go. Let's drop it in the deep fryer. All right, I tested the oil with a few drips of the flour, just to make sure that the grease is good and hot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that piece of chicken and drop it in my oil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry this for 10 to 12 minutes for tender pieces. But for if you had the chicken breast with the bones in, or maybe chicken wings, chicken legs, or any kind of chicken with the bone in, you'll fry that for 15 to 18 minutes. Okay? Look at how golden and brown that looks. All right, we're going to get ready to pull that out. All right, so I'm going to pull these pieces up. I'm going to drain the oil off these pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that chicken on a paper towel and set it to the side until every batch is cooked. And you want to try not to overcrowd your deep fryer or your frying pan so your chicken can cook evenly. This is our batch number 2. And we'll keep going until all the chicken has been cooked. So here I have a few pieces that's already cooked. And they're just on the paper towel to drain. And as you see, this is the finished result of the crispy buttermilk fried chicken. And I topped my chicken with some fresh parsley. So I'm just going to tug at a piece just to show you how tender that chicken is from sitting in that buttermilk overnight. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button and also share the video. Again, everyone, thank you for tuning in to my channel. Well, bye for now.